Who remembers the Pinecone models SG1613? Now the SG1613 was one of the company's most successful models, and it's actually become a bit of an icon. And I think it's one of the cars that really helped them to grow as a company. Now since that amazing release, we've seen some new models from Pinecone models, but I have noticed quality and innovation has dropped slightly, and I did notice this most recently with their RC UTV. Now don't get me wrong, the RC UTV was a very cool little buggy, especially for the price, but I did notice quality is starting to go down a little bit. So this is brand new from the guys at Pinecone Models. It's the SG1613. And of course we can see where the inspiration has come from with this one, and it does look like the Unimog. But this is 1/16 scale, and let me tell you straight away, this thing is plastic fantastic. It is lightweight, but everything on this is made out of cheap plastic. Now the reason for that is probably the cost. You can pick one of these up for $35, which is insanely cheap. I do like the knockoff Mercedes badge on the front there. Now I haven't fitted all the little scale details yet, but we'll talk about those later anyway. But before we do that, let's take a look at what we get in the box. So first up, we have a USB charger. It looks like all of our little scale details are in there, like our wing mirrors and our windscreen wipers. I'll get those fitted in a moment. We've got a basic black and white manual, and here we have the transmitter. Now this thing does feel insanely cheap. It's very lightweight, but it is super cheap feeling. Now that said, we have got a foam grip on the wheel. We've also got a speed switch, throttle trim and steering trim. I think there's also a button on there which controls the LED lights, but I'm not sure at this time. This will take 3 AA batteries to get you up and running. So I've got all the little extras fitted to this now, and it does look pretty cool. And let's just talk about that price once again. Guys, this thing is $35, £28. And for that price, I don't think it looks too bad. But of course, there's more to an RC car than looks. It's also got to perform quite well. And at the minute, I don't think it's going to be that great. I do like the fact that it does have a proper interior though, that's quite cool. Obviously we've got the flatbed on the back. These wheels are pretty much solid plastic, and I don't think we're going to be getting any traction from them. We've got some LED lights on the front bumper. Now underneath we've got a modular style battery. This thing is only 600 milliamp hour. I have no idea why they've made it that big. It's kind of like an old school camera battery, but yeah, why is it that big? And it literally feels like a feather. There's no weight to this at all. So this does have friction shocks, which you may be able to upgrade. I probably won't. There's not much travel there. Pretty much the same story on the rear. Again, not a huge amount of travel. Now the motor and transmission is built into the rear axle. As you can see there, that is one piece. So this is only rear wheel drive. Now this is available in 2 colors. You can get the orange one, which is the one I have here, or you can also get it in white. Now at this price, you're probably thinking it doesn't even have fully proportional steering and throttle. Now once again, considering the price of this truck, we do get fully proportional steering. We've also got fully proportional throttle. Now this next feature is a bit of a gimmick, but you can actually fit a Wi-Fi enabled FPV camera to this. Not sure why you'd want to, but the option is there if you'd like to. So of course this thing is going to be super bouncy thanks to those friction shocks. Now actually it's not too bad, and it's actually a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. So off-road, I think you have to be quite brave because there is a severe lack of traction. As you can see, it does get stuck quite a bit. Maybe if it was 4-wheel drive, it would perform slightly better. Oh, stuck again. Now I think on a nice smooth surface, you will definitely have more fun with this compared to going on the rocks. And it is actually quite a lot of fun. It does like to slide as well. And again, like I said before, giving this to a kid, they'll definitely have some fun with it. But I really don't think you can take this thing too seriously because it is a kid's toy. And when Banggood asked me to review it, I was in 2 minds because I know you guys do prefer the slightly higher end stuff. But come on, it is fun and it does look pretty cool. So there we go then guys, that was the cheap $35 Unimog. Okay, this is definitely a kid's toy, but it was still a lot of fun. Now I think if Pinecone Models invested a little bit more time, they could have probably made a really fun little truck. As you see off-road, it's pretty much unusable. The tyres on it are solid plastic, and it's only rear-wheel drive, and all it does is slip. But on-road it's a lot of fun. It does like sliding around, and if you hand this to a kid, well, I can 100% guarantee they're going to enjoy it. So let me know what you think of this little truck in the comment section down below. This was a very short video just to give you a little idea as to how this thing performs, because when I see the price I was really surprised actually, because it's super cheap. And you don't always have to have the best RC car out there to have fun. Give this to a 7-year-old and they're going to fall in love. Cheers for watching. See you on the next one. Take care.